Now it's time for exciting Mount Vernon Rams basketball. Participating sponsors for Rams basketball on Cable Channel 10 are Southern Illinois Sporting Goods, Ray Black & Sons Construction, Little Caesars Pizza in Mount Vernon, Edward Jones Investments, Bicycle Fitness Center, the Bank of Illinois, the Gallery in Mount Vernon, Martin's Automotive Center, and Mount Vernon TV and Appliance.
Welcome back live to Kiel Center for the 18th annual Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout. Our next game, Rainier Beach from the state of Washington against Mount Vernon from Illinois, as we continue a great day of high school basketball in the premier event in the nation. Hi again, everybody. I'm Bob Ramsey with my partner, Earl Austin Jr. Truly is the premier event, and this is one of the big matchups we've been looking forward to.
Yes, it is. Should be a great event. It's been some pretty good games so far. You have Mount Vernon, one of the top teams in the state of Illinois, probably the premier team going in Southern Illinois, and Rainier Beach out of Seattle, the first participant from the Pacific Northwest coming in and defending state champion from Washington.
Yeah, they were a 3A champ. They've got one player, a terrific player, that's already said he's going to go to Michigan, Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, and I see Michigan coach Brian Ellaby sitting right behind us to check out his future Wolverine. Jamal Crawford, a 6'5", do-it-all guard, averaging about 30 points a game. Scored 37 in the state championship game. He'll be fun to watch tonight.
And on the other hand, Mount Vernon's already had a player that said he's going to stay in the region. He's going to go to Southern Illinois, Carbondale.
Young man named Kent Williams. I call him the Rifleman. He can really fill it up from downtown, averaging about 23 points a game. A 3-year starter, led the Rams to the state playoffs as a sophomore, hoping to get them back to the state tournament in Peoria this year as a senior.
Now, so often in the shootout, we talk about some of the great individual players, and there truly are great players every single year. And there's one of them right there, Kent Williams. Let's talk about this game. What are the strengths of these two teams, and what are going to be keys to victory tonight?
Well, Mount Vernon is a team, and talking to Coach Doug Creel, he doesn't want to necessarily get caught up in a run-and-gun team with Rainier Beach. They're a team that will pick you up full court. They like to get the ball in the open court and obviously get the ball to Crawford and let him create. They also have a good group of outstanding guards as well, so they like to keep the tempo fast. Mount Vernon is a team that will play up-tempo with you at times, but they also like to get after you with tough, physical, man-to-man defense. They got some good bodies. They're not very big height-wise, but they'll get after you with some tough man-to-man.
So because of controlling the tempo is often controlling the glass. Will that be a key tonight?
Obviously, rebound the basketball possession is 9/10 of the law.
We are ready to go, and we're underway. It is Rainier Beach against Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon in white with the ball. They work into the front court against that man-to-man. Quick jump shot. Knock. John Nockey says, I got the answer for you with the quick jumper.
I've loved John Nockey from watching him for 3 years. He's a tough-minded kid, very small, but he plays big.
Out on top, 2-0, and a quick steal up top. Nicely done on the play by James Wilson, and then stolen right back. The other way. Adams to the hole with the left hand, no, but a whistle and a foul. Marcus Adams, a 6'2" senior.
Looked like Mount Vernon was going one way for an easy layup, but Adams with the quick hands took it all the way with the left hand and drew the foul.
He'll go to the line early in the high school seasons. Not a lot of significant stats on the teams. And it's interesting when you talk about the shootout and the prestige it has around the nation that a lot of teams go on to the state champions, and there's a lot of uncertainty for some of these teams. They know they're pretty good just to be here, but their whole season is in front of them.
And you play games like this to get you prepared for state tournaments in big arenas against top competition.
Had the shoulder fake, nicely done. Dave Wilson goes up for the layup. Wilson, the 6'4" junior, and it's 4-0 Mount Vernon. Ricky Frazier, the point guard. You know your name, isn't it? Hudson with the fadeaway. Bang, he got it.
Hudson's averaging about 17 points a game. That time a little fadeaway from three, but he can fill it up from three-point range.
Dave Hudson, the man who hit that shot, is the nephew of Gary Payton, plays for the Sonics. Loose ball on the sideline. Mount Vernon covers. Morgan on top for Nocky. John Nocky, the 5'9" senior. Get that early jump shot. Swings it left, curls around the curl screen. Kent Williams, and then takes it on his own with a little finger roll scoop.
That's one thing Williams has really gotten proficient at, taking the ball to the basket. He's an excellent long-range shooter, but now he's more dangerous to guard the last couple of years. Puts the ball on the deck and takes it to the basket.
Back the other way. The Vikings of Rainier Beach try to go inside of the block, tough catch, and the turnaround, an air ball. Rebound in there, James Wilson. He was dribbling for a moment. I'm sure that's not the role that they prefer him to take. And then the other way, it's Nocky. John Nocky back on top, long jump shot. That's Williams.
Ran him off a nice screen, nice wide open look from the top of the key, and Williams with a quick 5.
He had 32 points in their opener. Basie fumbles in the corner, gets it back out on the wing for Hudson. Long jumper, bang! Hudson again from the same spot.
Stop broke. Don't fix it. That time, same spot, nice fan away, left-handed.
6-foot junior Dave Hudson. Now they look to trap. But a quick look inside. The head fake again, Wilson. Short throw, yes. James Wilson.
Both teams off to a quick start, and they've had all day to kind of watch the games and relax. And not too many nerves in a big game like this.
Frazier out high. Mt.Vernon trying to overplay, and that overplay maybe helped cause the travel from Jamal Crawford. Mt.Vernon will get it back, and they were recognizing that trap on the other end. Mt.Vernon.
Yes, they did. Also, Crawford, that's the first time he handled it on the perimeter. They put John Nocky, Mt.Vernon, their smallest player, but their toughest defender. But Crawford at 6'5", winning the blocks and posting them up the first couple of times. That time he went outside.
That's Nocky, and he gives it up for Williams. Williams at the elbow, skip pass, Nocky for 3. In and out won't go. Battle. Inside, Wilson had a piece, couldn't control it. Frazier will bring it back for Rainier Beach for the Vikings. Quick look down, low layup, good. Oh, and that's a sin to let Marcus Adams get deep on you. You can't be beaten back by the offense.
And good transition basketball. Frazier, instead of taking 4 dribbles, let the defense react. Nice lob pass to a streaking Adams for a layup.
Mt.Vernon on top, 11-8. Kyle McClure, his first look was handling the ball. McClure to Williams. Hand in space, Williams won't go. Ball on the boards goes out of bounds. And Rainier Beach will get the basketball.
Pretty good defense by Hudson that time. Williams made a couple of moves that time to get his jumper off. But when you got a great score, you got to just make him work as hard as possible once he catches the basketball if he's going to get his points.
From Mt.Vernon, their biggest player, Steve Strickland, a 6'7.5" junior, is checked in, slightly built. He's going to be the biggest player on the floor in this ball game. Little loop on the wing, give and go, pull up Frazier from 15, front of the rim, no. Rebound, Adams, he lost it as he brought the ball down to his waist. It was stripped, and we've got a whistle and a foul, and we'll go the other way.
That's typical Mt.Vernon play that time. Getting on the floor, loose balls, they play hard all the time.
Scott Gamber hustled and got after that one.
Scott Gamber, 3-year starter, much like Williams and Nocky. His father, Terry Gamber, an all-state player from Mt.Vernon as well. And some pretty good teams in the 1960s.
Rainier Beach playing man-to-man all over the floor and bringing it up. Senior Kyle McClure, bounce pass left for Nocky, into the corner for Williams. Williams backs in, to jump out on him and back on top. McClure gives it up to Strickland. He just entered the game, skips it to the left side for Williams. Williams looks in against Crawford. There's the marquee matchup. Now back to McClure on the wing. Rams on top, 11-8. Strickland back for Williams. He got free. In and out, wouldn't fall. Rebound pulled out of there, Strickland. Now the jumper, McClure, yes.
Strickland with some good boards. He's a big key to Mt.Vernon season. If he can give them positive minutes at 6'7", he's the only real size they have. That time, a good offensive rebound, and McClure with the easy free throw line jumper.
Mt.Vernon up by 5. They anticipated the pass. The overplay, the help from behind. Crawford never caught it. And coming back the other way, the Rams. Now, Nocky got open. Too far. Weak side rebound. Dave Hudson will bring it out. Hudson on the run. Swings it left. On the drive, Crawford off the glass and good. He exploded.
You can see how quickly they strike. Hudson gets it out. Crawford, very elegant and athletic in transition with the finger roll.
Nocky battling with Frazier. Nocky from Mt.Vernon. Gets it on top. Gamber and now McClure. McClure between the circles, 13-10. Mt.Vernon with a 3-point lead. On the right side for Strickland. Strickland waits, patient, dribbles, hands it off. Gamber to Williams. Williams wants to take a baseline and a hand check, a hold. That will be on Dave Hudson, the junior.
Very aggressive offensively that time. Williams setting up his man. Nice move to the baseline, drawing the foul.
More changes for Mt.Vernon. Chris Morgan comes back into the game. There's James Wilson. They got a breather and they're back in. Also out of the game, Ricky Frazier will get a breather for Rainier Beach.
Lots of substitutes. The pace is pretty hot and heavy in the early going. Both teams getting up and down the court pretty good.
Time with Fleur Trigger into the corner. Nice play. Williams from the corner. He got it.
Nice baseline screen. Wilson and Gamber on a nice screen that time to set Williams up with a nice look.
16-10. Now trying to work for himself. Jamal Crawford dish inside. A fumble and a loss. They lost the ball. Fired ahead. Williams drives. Glass good. Nifty move to keep the ball away from the defender.
Yeah, momentarily lost possession that time, but got it back up for the layup, set up a nice outlet pass.
8-point lead now from NBA Raid. Bang! Dave Hudson has hit 3 threes.
That one from the Kiel Center emblem that time.
In St. Louis, when you think of Hudson, you go back to the 60s. You have to call him Sweet Dave Hudson.
Oh, baby, that was nice.
We got to foul away from the ball. We'll go the other way. But how about Dave Hudson? 3 trays already with 1:37 left in the first quarter. And there you see Kent Williams for Mt.Vernon.
Yeah, that time Hudson stepping back on each one. That last foul going to be on Wilson on an illegal screen up high, trying to set up Williams.
Strickland back into the game. Scott Gamber. Jamal Crawford wants the drive in the dish. A pretty look and a layup good. Finished on the play by Carl McGinnis, the 6'5 junior, but set up by Crawford.
Nice crossover, setting up his teammates. That's what you like about great players, the ability to create for others as well as themselves.
Back the other way for Mt.Vernon. Wilson and the long jumper, bang! Chris Morgan back into the lineup. The 6'3 senior hits the tray. Minute left in the first quarter, and away from the ball, we've got a whistle, and that's going to go against Mt.Vernon. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to go against Rainier Beach. Mt.Vernon will get the ball.
Yeah, DeMar Basie inside. Picking up the personal foul. Carl McGinnis off the bench.
There you see Mt.Vernon's coach, Doug Creel. Got himself another fine team. The last 2 years, this team was 50-9. Got him some good players, and they're well coached. This is Kent Williams. Gives it up on the wing. That's Hawkins. Gennaro Hawkins, a 5'9 junior. They work it around the horn, and they look inside to Wilson, a held ball. And that'll turn it back over to Rainier Beach on the possession arrow.
Yeah, that was Nate Robinson that time, a 5'8 freshman. And Coach Mike Mathey said when he gets into the game, look for him to take the basketball. He's averaging about 5 or 6 steals a game already in the first 2 games, and quick hands already.
We'll see if I think the question was answered. They're not going to wait for the last shot of the quarter. They quickly took it inside, didn't get the look they wanted. Wilson gives them the bounce pass, and Gennaro Hawkins will bring it up and see if Mt.Vernon wants to take the last shot, and they may. Because they've given it to Kent Williams. And they're going to back off. Left hand pull-up. Bang! How about that? 8 seconds left in the quarter.
That's why we call him the rifle. That was from the Coca-Cola.
Took the left hand, Earl, just to give himself a little breathing space, and that's all he needed.
Took that last hard dribble a la Jerry West, set himself up with a nice raise-up jump shot for 3-point range. Seen some good shooting in the first quarter.
Got that old Jerry West crew cut going, too, doesn't he?
He's a tough one.
Last seconds, and now from 30 feet, too strong. Rebound Wilson, that'll end the quarter. Mt.Vernon on top, 23-15. Neither team afraid to pull the trigger.
No, I thought we'd see some points today, and neither one is disappointed.
This is the Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout on Charter Communications. We'll be back with more basketball action in a moment. Kent Williams leading the way so far as we start second quarter action here. The Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout. 18th shootout. Todd Ramsey, Earl Austin Jr. Mt.Vernon with the lead, 23-15. Long skip pass, dangerous pass and a tough catch. Look inside, good ball movement. They swing it back for Morgan. Shot too strong. Rebound and a foul. Wilson got underneath DeMar Basie, and he fouled him. Will go the other way.
Yeah, those are two of the more physical players on the court, Basie and Wilson. Both only about 6'4", 6'5", but 200-plus pounds. Small collision on that play, and Wilson picks up the personal.
Second quarter action, 8-point Mount Vernon lead. Just underway in this quarter. That's Nate Robinson, the freshman. Left-hand drive in the paint, throws up a prayer, tipped away, loose and recovered. That seemed like a freshman play. I want to go inside, kick back up. Short J, rattled and dropped for Scott Gamber.
Once again, set up by the transition. Mount Vernon will run with teams off turnovers. That time the quick outlet, Gamber with the trail in the 15th.
10-point lead this early. A little surprising, a little shake and bake, nowhere to go for Crawford. Launches it and missed it. Wilson rebounds. And Nocky brings it back. John Nocky hit the first bucket of the ball game. K-N-O-C-H-E, Nocky. High post pass back to Williams, the 3-0. Weak side rebound, nicely done by Jamal Crawford. On the run, dish ahead, too far ahead, can it save it? Nope. Run out of bounds. Carl McGinnis couldn't quite catch up to that quick pass.
And an easy layup. You can see what both teams want to do. Mount Vernon, when they're not running, they're running their offense. They're getting wide open, setting solid screens. While Rainier Beach, when they're not getting into their transition, they're kind of taking one, maybe two passes at the most, and taking a quick shot. Mount Vernon really hasn't had to work that hard on defense. When they get the ball, it's quick runouts and opportunities.
Quickly back up for Williams out of the corner. No, and a foul. And is that going to be a 3-point foul? 3-shot foul? Let's see. I think it will be. In the corner, Marcus Adams ran strong to Williams, and he will go to the line.
And Williams already with 13 points in the game. Deep shot there from the corner. And excellent free throw shooter as well.
At the conclusion of play, you see Kent Williams, Earl Austin Jr., and I will select for the Pride and Son player of the game.
I think Kent's going to have a nice career at Southern Illinois. Very important recruit for Bruce Weber. Nice right at Southern Illinois region. They had a kid named Shane Hawkins, nearby Pigneeville, County Lakes, 6'2", excellent shooter. Kent Williams probably a little better than Williams. He can put the ball on the floor, and Hawkins had a nice career at Southern Illinois. I think Kent's going to do a nice job as well.
He had turned out to be better than Shane Hawkins. He'd be a heck of a player, because we really admired Hawkins, seeing him over the years.
Yes, he did. He went to the Nike camp, really played well against top competition.
Vernon with the 12-point lead, the pull-up with the left hand, and nicely done. Dave Hudson scores again from the left side now.
11 points for Hudson, his most creative two of the 11.
Nocky, dish, Williams, left-hand drive, jump stop, flips it up off the glass. No, creative. Rebound battle, pulled in, Vernon up and in. Scott Gamber, the 6'5" senior.
That's what I like about Mount Vernon. They are hard kids going to the boards.
This is Crawford, dish inside, oh, and a beauty. The layup to Adams, but the best part of that play was the bullet pass from Crawford.
Look away bullet pass as well, and nice pass by Crawford.
Wow, 29-19. Quick inside, Gamber again. He's thrown up some ugly-looking shots that keep falling, and that's what counts.
They're getting all kinds of looks against that zone defense, getting into gaps and getting wide open shots.
Hudson says, I'm feeling it. Not that time. But a wide-open rebound and a foul. As Dan O'Brien, the 6'4" senior, took it back up with the left hand, but he was fouled. And O'Brien will go to the line for Rainier Beach, the Vikings.
O'Brien's kind of the garbage man, also a pretty good rebounder, role player.
There you see Mike Bethea, head coach of the Vikings. And the timeout, they're going to talk about that one.
Yeah, Rainier Beach went to the state championship game last year. Like I said, Crawford scored 37 points. Seattle, Washington, you hear about the Supersonics, but they've turned out some pretty good basketball players. Or the state of Washington, Jamal Crawford being the latest. Last year there was a young man in Seattle named Doug Wren. who I believe is going to Connecticut. Jason Terry and Michael Dickerson, who helped lead Arizona to the national championship in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. Donnie Marshall of Connecticut, also from the Washington area. So you don't hear about the state of Washington, but it turned out some pretty good some players.
When they do it right, they really do it
yes,
right.
They do. We saw Don Watts Jr. out of
That's right.
Seattle.
Sure did. That's O'Brien. Left hand. Right. Nope. What's been the difference so far for Rainier Beach? Has it been that zone defense? They've got to figure out a way to knock down Mt.Vernon's opportunities?
Yeah, I think they need to try to extend Mt.Vernon. Mt.Vernon is just into a nice rhythm offensively. They're attacking the basket, getting wide open looks for their shooters. But they need to Mt.Vernon work a little. I know that's probably not their style, but they need to play some defense. And they're going into a nice 2-2-1 press here, trying to get Mt.Vernon's rhythm out of whack here.
But Williams catches, gets contact, misses the shot, rebound, and it's going to be a travel or a foul. Could go either way. As Steve Strickland got the rebound, tried to fade away, it will be the foul, and it'll send Strickland to the line. Well, just when they were trying to do what we were talking about, Mt.Vernon so well coached, they broke it easily, and they got it to that man.
Yes, they did. But what you saw, he kind of rushed the shot a little bit off balance, and it was a layup opportunity. But what it did, it kind of created tempo and started rushing Mt.Vernon. That's what you want to do. Try to get it going to your pace. Mt.Vernon basically had it at their pace. They've run when they've had opportunities, but in their half court, they've just been deadly. And I think Rainier Beach just wants to do something to upset their rhythm, get things going in their type of game.
Nicely done by Steve Strickland. Biggest lead of the night for Mt.Vernon. Now a loop inside, slapped away. Well defended inside so far tonight. This is Conroy for Frazier. Frazier on the left side. Long jumper. No. Weak side rebound. Pulled in by Basie. Turnaround. Yes. DeMar Basie.
Yeah, with that box and one they're playing with Naki matched up on Crawford, there are opportunities inside for offensive rebounds.
Slapped away, but couldn't be saved by the Vikings of Rainier Beach. Mt.Vernon will get it back. Hawkins checks into the game to give Naki a breather.
He'll match up with Crawford. A little bit more physical defender, a pretty good athlete, not very big, but athletic, more physical.
They go inside and a foul. And right inside to Scott Camber. And they're finding passing lanes to either get it inside or find the open man on a skip pass through the zone, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And then Gamber, who's a pretty nice free throw line shooter, they get the ball in the middle of any kind of defense it's going to break down. He had the opportunity to kick it to the opposite side. That time he took it to the basket and drew the foul. They also set good screens opposite where you can skip pass and they pin the defensive man inside that lane where a Naki or a Williams can get him over.
Williams is going to get a breather. Naki's back into the game. Scott Camber already with 6 points. Makes it 34-22. Mt.Vernon on top, Rainier Beach. Out of Washington, state of Washington, they bring it back. Excuse me, that was Will Conroy playing the point. We got a whistle away from the ball.
Yeah, John Naki was getting a little too physical with Jamal Crawford inside. He's trying to get a little justice from the official. I'm only 5'6", he's 6'5". Give me a little break here. But yeah, he was leading out pretty heavy.
We got another timeout. Folks, you know, Charter Communications is proud to bring you coverage of the Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout. It's more great local programming from Charter Communications, a wired world company that's wired to the St. Louis community. Second quarter, 4:26 left before halftime, and a 12-point Mt.Vernon lead. Don't forget, I think we'd call this, with all due respect to the other teams we've seen all day, the marquee game coming up live on Charter Communications. Earl, you'll be back doing the doubleheader, the back-to-back, and you'll be working with the great Joe Buck, and it's going to be the #1 team in the nation, DeMatha, against CBC of St. Louis.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to see the DeMatha Stags in town. They've always come in and put on a good show. Of course, the legendary Morgan Wooten with his 1,158 victories and 2 All-American candidates, Keith Bogans and Joe Forte, and they're just a tremendous basketball team, and not surprisingly, the #1 ranked team going into this prep season.
You and Joe Buck will have that action, and don't forget, The entire shootout will be replayed Sunday on Charter Communications. We're live tonight, but you'll get another chance to see it on Sunday. And speaking of that game, the great Morgan Wooten is going to sit down with Earl Austin Jr. at halftime of this game. So stick around at half. That's going to be fun. Rainier Beach having some trouble getting it inside. Around the horn they work it. Basie wants to work on the block. Still working. Splits the D, but not enough. Stripped and stolen away by Chris Morgan of Mt.Vernon to Naki. Naki, quick pass up the right side to the baseline for the pull-up jumper. Made it look easy. Gennaro Hawkins with a man down, and that is DeMar Basie, the 6'5" soft.
Yeah, I think he took a shot to the nose or somewhere in the face. I think to the nose as he tried to go into traffic that time. And Mt.Vernon took advantage of the turnover once again for another easy bucket. As you can see him working in the post against Wilson that time and tried to kind of force his way in there. And I believe Amber got him.
Not even halfway through the game, but an impression I get between the two teams right now. Mt.Vernon works hard, but they keep it simple. Make the quick pass and the simple pass. As we see on the run, Crawford, no. Rebound inside Gamber, but it's a travel. He got bumped, but that's a travel. So Rainier Beach get another opportunity.
Yeah, they're moving that ball around, getting to the spots and getting open shots.
14 points is their biggest lead. 3:53 left in the second quarter.
Very experienced team. Like I said, Gamber, Williams, and Naki, they all went to state in Illinois to Final Eight as sophomores. So they played a lot of basketball together and won a lot of games, a lot of big games together in environments like this.
They want to loop it down low, looking for Crawford, and a foul trying to come up from behind. When that ball gets to the block or even for a high post pass, Mt.Vernon is very quick to double and have help defense.
Yeah, you know there's a big split size difference between Naki and Crawford. So Gamber, excellent job. He just kind of slapped down instead of slapping up with the basketball and help, or else he wouldn't have gotten the foul.
Crawford with the baseline drive, and then the flip for Dan O'Brien, who finished. Dan O'Brien with the deuce.
Crawford hasn't scored a lot of points, but he's done a nice job creating for his teammates in the basket.
Kent Williams with the look inside for Wilson. Forced it up, no. Gamber on the rebound, follow, no. Still battling inside. Loose. Battling for it is Morgan. It's going to be a held ball this time. Well, the arrow didn't change previously. It says it goes back to Rainier Beach. Take a look. It got pretty tough underneath. Wilson got it started.
Lots of bodies flying underneath, and Mt.Vernon doing a good job on the board that time, but that's a good thing. He's getting on the floor after this ball.
That's the way to do it. Crawford comes back, and nice dish down low, and Basie finishes it off, and Jamal Crawford sets it up again.
Very unselfish basketball. At 6'5", he can see over the defense.
And back the other way. Williams got a little ahead of himself. One time that he forced the issue instead of looking for the easy play, and it resulted in a turnover.
That's what Rainier Beach wants you to do when they set up that little trap. They just want to hurry you just enough that you start playing out of your game, just enough that you'll start making mistakes.
Now they're letting Crawford handle it. This is inside, and a travel. But it looks like they've changed up. It looks like Bethea says, we're having trouble getting Jamal the ball. Let's give him the ball and start the play.
Yeah, that's a great move. Let him create. They ran a nice little screen and roll. Jamal a little too unselfish that time. He had a wide open three, but instead he passed it off, and O'Brien traveled.
Now they're forcing the issue again, and suddenly it looks like the worm has turned a little bit here midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, Rainier Beach is trying little by little to take momentum, and they're trying to get that pace going in their favor. And that time Mt.Vernon with another turnover that time, and it led to a foul as Wilson will go to the bench for his third foul.
Ricky Frazier will go to the line. Last year averaged 10 points and 7 assists a game. 5'9" junior Ricky Frazier. Off the front, no. Gamber on the boards again. And Naki will bring it up. A little 4-0 run by Rainier Beach. Mt.Vernon trying to cut it here, trapping in the corner. Morgan in trouble, and they're going to call a foul. That was a pretty good-looking trap, but Morgan kept the ball moving, kept it alive.
Right, tried to step through that time and gave himself a little space that time. Frazier and Hudson both converged on Frazier a little too active.
6'3" senior from Mt.Vernon. Chris Morgan will go to the line. 10 3-point difference with 2:31 left in the second quarter. No. Rebound, Gamber. How about that? He got the angle and finish.
Nice finish that time, and Gamber's had himself quite a first half.
Back to a 12-point lead. This is Crawford. The pull-up. In and out. Hauled in by Kent Williams, and he'll bring it up himself. The future Saluki. High to Gamber. Naki. No, off the front. On the floor. Here come the Vikings. A nice dish in the paint. Yes, soft touch. Jamal Crawford.
Yes, he did. Hudson with a nice push up at that time. And Crawford had another turnover forced again. There's Mt.Vernon just getting in a hurry just a little bit. But once again, Crawford with a nice touch.
Let's take another look at that play that resulted in the Crawford finish. Oh, nice from Dave Hudson. Really been impressed with Hudson. Back to live action. Jumper from the corner won't go in. Gamber rebounds from Mt.Vernon. Naki will push him. Here comes Naki. They look inside. Strickland goes hard. Slapped and stolen. Loose on the floor. Gamber was there. It'll be a held ball again, and this time Mt.Vernon will get it back. Gamber goes hard to the floor, but he gets the ball.
Yeah, Gamber and Strickland doing a nice job running the court that time, getting in the baseline for opportunities. You can see Strickland here. A nice move to the basket, but a nice strip. You know, when big guys bring that ball down a little bit, little guys can cover get it. And that time, Rainier Beach guards able to slap it away.
Kyle McClure triggers baseline left. Into the corner for Williams. They ran at the mirror image previously. This time it won't fall. Did Williams get the rebound? Yes. Tried to bounce it across, but no. Hit the end line. That's a nice play.
Yes, it is. They run that nice screen. They zip it right across, and a lot of times you'll get an open look. Mt.Vernon, I think, has really dominated the boards as well. Offensive defense. Rainier Beach needs to do a better job of backboards rebounding.
Jamal Crawford. Right side. Fadeaway Hudson. Bang. It was a deuce. He was on the line. But Hudson did it again. I have been impressed with that young man. He's a 6-foot junior. Now they try the pressure, almost stolen away. Williams comes up with it. He'll drive hard to the hole, and he gets it. And Williams.
Strong move to the bucket. Shielded the man with his body and laid it off the glass.
Under a minute left in the half. Crawford. Oh, an air ball. Rushing it a little bit. But got the rebound for Rainier Beach. There's a jumper. No. Rebound inside. The fadeaway. No. Follow. Yes! Crawford. Well, I'll tell you, Rainier Beach, it looked ugly, but they never gave up.
Yeah, that was their best rebound.
Stolen away. Crawford behind the net. Hudson with the layup.
Really showtime for the Kiel Center folks as Rainier Beach looking to get back into this high-scored affair.
Williams wants to go the other way. The pull-up, no, he's fouled from behind. But how about that? Crawford and Hudson, little showtime, a little two-man game.
First, the acrobatic tip-in going the wrong way. Then he recovers, makes the steal. And like I said, very unselfish. Instead of rushing and taking it away, watch this, instead of rushing and trying to get the charge, a little behind-the-back pass for Hudson.
Thank you very much.
Caps off an excellent first half with 13 points.
Thank you very much. Williams at the line. How about that? You know things are going good.
He got all the bounces that time. The rim, the top of the backboard, and in.
He's getting the feel of all the glass up there. Got 19 points. It's a single-digit difference, however. It was 14 just a couple of minutes ago. See if they take a shot, the final shot. Crawford wants to pull up from 15. Yes! Jamal Crawford. 10 seconds left. Stay with us at halftime. Morgan Wooten, all-time high school coach in DeMatha, will join Earl Austin Jr. 1 second left, and they get the shot. Naki. It should be good. He got it. And Naki answers with the tray at the buzzer.
A fitting way to end what has been a very entertaining and high-scoring first half.
45-36. Mt.Vernon leads Rainier Beach. We've had some action. We've had some stars. We've got halftime coming your way. Earl Austin Jr. and the great Morgan Wooten. Stay with us. It's the Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout on Charter Communications. Time at Kiel. Of course, we had a lot of half times at Kiel today. Bob Ramsey, Earl Austin Jr. It was great, your visit with one of the all-time great high school coach is Morgan Wooten.
It's amazing. Over the course of 42 years, and coaching is a stressful job.
No question.
And then you're coaching in one of the top programs that everybody knows about. And he's coached Adrian Bentley, Kenny Carr, Derek Wittenberg, and Sidney Lowe as a backcourt of that North Carolina State championship team. And they're saying that this team he has this year with Bogans and Forte might be the best team he's ever had. So that's saying a lot just to be mentioned with those great teams and great players.
That's saying a lot, and you'll get to see that very team coming up after this game right here on Charter Communications. But we're going to have an interesting second half. This first half was a lot of fun, despite the fact that Mount Vernon led by double digits for most of the half. It was exciting both ways.
Yes, it was. When you have teams that like to get up and down press, especially Rainier Beach, which forces you to play an up-tempo game, and Mount Vernon did a nice job. They committed 8 turnovers, but a lot of them weren't just critical turnovers that led to a lot of easy baskets. They beat the press and they attacked and got the ball for easy shots. Then they got their main man off early, Kent Williams. 19 points at a great first half, and then Naki ends it off with a three-pointer to send him in the locker room.
So we should have some fun in the second half as well. Be sure and stay with us. We're going to take a break, and as we go to break, take a listen. The Mount Vernon High School band combining the choirs and the orchestra. Mount Vernon musicians have placed second and third the past 2 years in the Illinois State Music Sweepstakes competition. G. Frank Winchester is the band director. This is his last year as the band director, and he's going out with a swing. We'll be right back on Charter Communications. Welcome back to Kiel. Seconds away from starting off. Second half, Mount Vernon against Rainier Beach. It is 45-36, 9-point lead, but the Vikings came on strong at the end of the second quarter. And of course, you take a look at Kent Williams from Mount Vernon with 19 points, 6 of 12 shooting.
Yeah, he showed you a lot of things. This time you're seeing him in transition with the strength, lost control of the ball, but able to lay it up and in. He showed you three-point shots coming off screens, the ability to put it on the floor. This time you see him put it on the floor with the bounce. Nice jump stop and the chance for the three-point play and a bucket. Just a complete player that time.
We'll switch ends. Third quarter underway. Rainier Beach, they get it into Crawford, spins down low, and the beautiful soft touch off the block.
I think you'll see a lot of Jamal Crawford with the basketball in his hands trying to create for himself this time.
Trapping in the backcourt. Crawford scored the last 6 points for Rainier Beach, and they almost had Mount Vernon trapped in the backcourt. Now it's Morgan. Finds Williams in the corner. The head fake the drive, partially blocked, and they're going to call it a foul. From behind.
Once again, you have to respect his ability to shoot the three-point shot. Nice fake that time. Nice, powerful jump stop, and got himself to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
On the other end, Crawford now has 10 points to go along with his 4 assists. That's a conservative 4 assists. Williams is back at the line.
Yeah, I think you're going to see, as we talked about Crawford, I think he's going to get even more involved. He took 11 shots, but he really looked to get his teammates involved. And there's really nobody on Mount Vernon that can really stop him one-on-one.
Williams missed them both unusual. Tipped and slapped away. Mount Vernon comes up with it. Lost it again. On the floor, held ball. Getting down on the floor, Dan O'Brien, along with Wilson from Mount Vernon. And that'll stay with the Mount Vernon Rams. Baseline left trigger out on top to Naki. Left side. Morgan and Naki. Naki will reload it against his zone. Kick it into the corner. Williams had it blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Crawford. An athletic defensive play. They say he got a little too much meat, but he hit Williams.
Great time at that time. Crawford, I think, had reacted just as Williams was letting go of the shot, and he got him on the hand that time. And that'll be 3 shots for Williams.
The lead had been cut to 7. It was as high as 14 points for Mount Vernon in the second quarter. Now it's back to 8 as he gets to give Mount Vernon a double-digit lead again.
That's one of the coaching, the sins of coaching, the cardinal sins. Never foul jump shooters, especially from outside of 20 feet where they can get 3.
And Williams made him pay. Back to a 10-point lead for Mount Vernon. Jamal Crawford will bring it into the front court. Crawford. Next year will be a Michigan Wolverine. Drew some contact, no whistle, nothing but net. How about Jamal Crawford?
That's about as difficult a shot as you're going to hit. Drew the contact from about 17 feet, might be.
Back the other way, they break it down and they run hard to the hole. Who else? Kent Williams.
You get the ball in the middle of the press to a guy who could score He can pass it, and then he can take the ball to the basket. He's having a big game.
Unofficially 24 points for Williams. Back the other way. Looking for Hudson. Won't go. Rebound O'Brien, nicely done in traffic. Look to kick it out. He does. He finds his man driving with the finger roll. No. There's Ricky Frazier. Rebound Mt.Vernon, and they'll bring it back. Chris Morgan got caught in the trap. Steps through nicely. Naki. Hesitation. Drive and dish. Wilson back out on top. Long jumper from Morgan. Air ball. O'Brien pulls it away. Crawford will bring it up for Rainier Beach. Jamal Crawford. Nifty down low. Scoops to the hoop. Yes! So foul. Count the basket.
I think me and you, we watched a skinny 6'5" guy do that all last year. And
Doctor.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford giving us a little shake and bake. He kind of lifted the kid on his toes that time. But the floating 10-foot jump shot, that's the tough part of this. I think the ball handler is good, but look, that's a difficult shot to hit. Normally you would try to bank that shot, but he floated it up there off balance, and a sweet-looking shot by Jamal Crawford as we get the 20-second timeout.
Jamal Crawford and Doug Creel. Pretty intense in the huddle as he had a 10-point lead previously, lost it, had a 10-point lead again, has lost it again. It's 50-42. And on the other end, you see Mike Bethea, and they're talking it over with Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, he's going to make a lot of fans in Ann Arbor, Michigan happy. Michigan in a transition year, struggling quite a bit, but I think they're going to have a pretty good year next year.
Here, today's schedule, you see the games and the results from today. Any surprises or any standout games there? And then, of course, you'll see coming up DeMatha and CBC, and then a little later Warsaw and Red Lake. And you'll see all the games replayed Sunday on Charter Communications.
Great play by Troy at Buchanan High School, defeating a team from Tampa. Jerry at Brooks, 6'8" center with 22 points and 5 blocks.
Gamber's fouled inside for Mt.Vernon. We can see where Rainier Beach, despite the fact that they've been behind, that Mt.Vernon's had that cushion throughout most of the game, that they are capable of making a run.
Right, they're capable. You got a player, a star quality like Crawford, and trying to get the ball up tempo. They can put some points, but Mt.Vernon doing a good job of attacking once they beat initial pressure, constantly putting the pressure back on Rainier Beach.
Scott Gamber, 6'5" senior. Hit the second, 51-42. Mt.Vernon and Rainier Beach with the ball. Just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Ricky Frazier for Dave Hudson, who can light it up. Frazier for 3. Bang, he got it.
Ricky Frazier from the waist.
Down goes Frazier. 51-45, it's down to 6. Gamber fires ahead. They get into the front court where they'll reload with the half-court offense. Extending the defense. They go inside. Gamber. Soft touch inside. Scott Gamber.
Losing up the body, too, as well, to shield that defender. We saw that earlier.
Once again, deeper. Down goes Frazier.
Step back another, and this is a ball game here. 5 points, lots of time.
He steps back another. He's in the cheap seat.
Yes.
Actually, the expensive
Have to
seat.
buy a ticket.
Williams drives. Tough diagonal pass through traffic, but they found Williams, and he hurt his hand. But he finished. 55-48, back and forth we go.
Nothing like having a nice finisher on the back end of your break.
Frazier was going to that same spot again. Crawford says, I'll try one from the elbow. No. Rebound Mt.Vernon, and they'll push it. Here comes Naki. Slow it down, back on top, McClure to Naki. Naki finds his man Gamber. They look to trap. He wants the left-hand dribble drive. Layup good.
Gamber's quietly had himself a big game. Crawford was kind of shading to Williams in the back end of that zone. Gamber had a nice lane to take it to the basket, and he took advantage of it, as he's had most of the game.
And now Crawford for 3. Bang! Nothing but net. Jamal Crawford.
Just a nice high screen for him to come off and drop the 22-footer.
Still a 6-point difference now. Gamber gives it up. Wilson wants the drive hard to the hole. Thought about the reverse. Williams slapped from behind and stole it. Here comes Rainier Beach. Hudson, no look. Crawford layup, good on the run. Rainier Beach in the open court. That's a show.
That's a show.
And a timeout as they cut it to 4.
We saw Hudson to Crawford. Next time, Crawford reciprocates.
That's I'm sorry, Earl.
You see the great defense once again, and once they get the turnover, they smell the blood like sharks. Hudson with a nice look-away shuffle pass, and Jamal Crawford with the nice layup, easy, back to a 4-point game.
So often offense is predicated by good defense, and then they put on a little show at the end. It's a 5-0 run, and it cuts the difference to 4. We were just talking about them being capable, by Rainier Beach, of putting on a run. Doug Creel, the Mount Vernon coach, obviously aware of the same thing, wanted to call a timeout and slow things down.
No question about it, Bob. We're on a pace to score in excess of 80 points here. 4 minutes left, and it's 57-53. It's just a game of runs here at Mount Vernon. Coming and hits Rainier Beach with a big run. 5-10 points here. Williams with a couple. Gamber with an inside bucket, but then here comes Rainier Beach right back. So it's kind of a little ebb and flow effect tonight.
Glad we can bring you great games like this on Charter Communications. And we'd like to thank McBride & Son and Emo's Pizza for sponsoring today's games. Jamal Crawford was a magician in the first half, and he's turned it up scoring here in the second. Full court. Get it to Kent Williams. Cross-court pass. Morgan almost had it slapped away and stolen on the midline. There was a loose ball. They get it back for Strickland. Naki. Williams, hesitation, the drive, the jump stop pass, good, whistle foul. Count the basket, Kent Williams.
That's one thing you don't see a lot. A lot of times kids drive to the bucket a little out of control, and they leave their feet, and they're susceptible to the charge. But Kent Williams, he takes it to the basket, sets himself with a jump stop, then on balance, and explodes off with the easy layup. And once again, a chance for a three-point play. Watch it here. Nice move, sets up his man. Into the lane, under control, nice jump stop, avoids the defense and lays it off, and a chance for the N1.
Along with the jump stop, look how he splits the D on the move. The jump stop explodes and also angles his body to split the defense. Nicely done, but he missed the free throw. Back the other way. Frazier, too far this time. Battle on the board, Strickland kicks it out for Williams. Oh, watch this one. Williams and Crawford, 360 spin. Layup, Kent Williams.
Sweet move that time in the open court. Crawford looking for the steal. Williams.
Pace.
Spinderella.
For 3, no. Loose. He put it in his face, driving Basie. Won't go, and Strickland rebound. 51-53. Went to the floor and stolen away Crawford. It went off of the Mount Vernon player. And Rainier Beach will get it back. There was your one-on-one matchup. Our two key guys, and Williams with the 360 spin. Here it is.
Yeah, he put Jamal in the spin cycle that time with a nice layup.
Crawford will bring it back. Crawford, NBA range. No, off the back of the rim. That'll call that a foul on the back. That'll be Basie on the back on that long rebound.
And Jamal, that shot was way out. He needs to take it to the basket a little bit more, too. He got a lot of success early getting into gaps and creating shots. They're hitting some jump shots, but they can get a lot done.
There's so much left in the game. Get fouled. Go to the line. Get the good shots.
And you know, if he takes it to the basket, they're going to converge on him, or they're going to be layup opportunities like they were in the first half. If they don't, he's got the nice short jump shot.
And then when you need to go to that late, if you're still behind, that's fine. Go ahead and take it then. Naki gets it ahead. Nice ball movement against the press. Naki on the side. Finds Gamber to Williams. Williams around one man, around another, to the hole with the left hand. Kent Williams, he is slippery.
Very comfortable going with his left that time, going to his left, although he's a right-handed player.
Back to a 10-point lead. On the right side, the long jumper, no. Weak side rebound. Chris Morgan, I think they've fallen in love with the 3, Earl. Back the other way, Wilson, head fake, beats one man and another fake, no. Got his own rebound after him. Tip will go hard to the hole, yeah.
See, that's another byproduct of the 3 as well, as they're going to take a 20-second timeout. When you shoot threes, that's long rebounds, and as we talked about in the first half, Mount Vernon has been dominating the boards. Williams is running out as a shot. He's not even worried about going to the boards. He's already running out, trying to get easy layup opportunities in one shot. If you take it to the basket, you put them on their heels.
In the second quarter, Mount Vernon had a 14-point lead. It had been cut to 3 in this quarter. Now it's 12 again. Take a look at this at Kent Williams.
See, he knows it's one shot, one and out, and they're setting up here. Watch the offensive play here. He's just hanging around the three-point line. He's setting up his man. The guy runs out at him, and he's going to his left. He's a right-handed player, wards off the defense with his right hand and kisses it off softly with the left hand. And here they are on a run out, laid off that fast break. Good work inside by Wilson, about 8 pump fakes. And didn't get the initial shot to go, but some good offensive rebounding. And Mt.Vernon has a 12-point lead.
On the drive and the dish, Crawford. Nope. Well, they come right out of the timeout and shoot a 3 again. I'm not sure that's what they want. Crawford on the drive. Didn't get the foul, a lot of contact. The drive is more, I think, what you would want. I'm surprised they came right out and shot another 3. Now Williams from NBA range. No. On the floor, hustling, saving the ball. Nice play. Chris Morgan around the horn to Williams. 1 out. Kent Williams.
That time, that was just too easy. He just had the wide open lane and laid it in. He's having himself a huge night. 34 points for the Rifles.
This inside, Hamber rebounds, and back comes Mt.Vernon. Already jumped up into the top 10 in single game scoring, Earl. With the 34 points, tied him with Brian Reese in 1989 and Kenny Anderson from Archbishop Malloy in 1988. 34 points.
A couple of pretty good ACC players there, and he's going to take a break for the final minute of the third quarter here.
1:08 left in the third quarter. Jamal Crawford brings it into the front court. Screen, wants an NBA range shot. Bam! He got the tray.
Nice rotation that time. Got his legs underneath at that time.
Can't complain if you hit him. Tough pass on the wing. Morgan with the catch, an 11-point lead for Mt.Vernon. Morgan dribbling, gets the screen, gets freed up, but nowhere to go. Back from McClure, inside Wilson, hooks his man, head fake, got fouled, no call, tipped away, they're letting him play inside. Crawford comes back, and stepping in front on the open floor was Kyle McClure. Crawford being aggressive, and they slowed him down with the hip check.
Yeah, Wilson got that ball in the post, and he hooked the elbow his way inside, couldn't get it to go, and they fouled Crawford in the open court before he was getting ready to do something.
Oh, and he would have done something.
Yes.
Ricky Frazier with Jamal Crawford, and he'll bring it up. Frazier on the drive, kicks it on the wing. The jump shot, no. Long rebound. Frazier is there. Frazier on the left side. 18-foot jumper, no. Weak side rebound. O'Brien had it slapped away by Naki, helping out underneath. Lost it out of bounds, but no, it went off the Rainier Beach player, and Mt.Vernon will get it.
Yeah, I believe Naki threw it off of Conroy as he was going out of bounds to save possession for the Reds.
Let's take a look. The missed jumper, weak side battle. O'Brien had it, Naki got it, and then he did make the play. Naki with a heads-up play. Wilson into the front court to Naki. 2 seconds. Will he get the shot from way out? No. The double-digit lead is back for Mt.Vernon with 1 quarter left to play. 67 to 56. Mt.Vernon leading Rainier Beach. We'll take a break. This is the 18th Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout, brought to you by Charter Communications. Fourth quarter action when we return. Action just underway. A blocked shot or partially blocked inside, and Mt.Vernon coming up with every loose ball at this point as Naki brings it back. Mt.Vernon on top by 11. Final quarter of play. Rainier Beach is going to have to get a run going. They've done it before, and that's the way to do it. Crawford stole it, stumbled. This is Frazier. Frazier with the layup.
And Jamal Crawford with the pickpocket that time, lost his balance, but able to tip it for Frazier. And it's back to a single-digit game.
And if you're going to start a run, you got to do it on the defensive end.
You got to make some stops. Mt.Vernon hasn't been stopped so far offensively.
Williams is fouled as he forced the action into the paint, and he'll go back to the line.
Yeah, Rainier Beach, they need about 2 or 3 stops, and obviously need to convert those to kind of put some heat on Mt.Vernon. Whenever they've been able to make a push, Mount Vernon has beat their press, and then Williams, obviously, with the 34 points, has been able to step up and hit big shots.
Williams misses.
He probably have about 40 by now.
He'd hit his free throw. Sure would. He's on the list. He's already in the top 10 all time. 18 shootouts. You know about all the pro players, the great college players that have come through here, and Williams is on the list with this performance tonight. He's got 35 points. That ties him with Jesse Payton from 1992, Murrah High, and our old buddy Tim Stock from DeSmet in 1982. 35 points.
That was one of the first ones.
Tim Stock. Used to be the voice of the DeSmet Spartans. That was many years ago. I shouldn't even brought it up.
That's a great team there.
I'm suddenly depressed.
I saw his coach Dale Bergman here earlier today.
68-58, Mount Vernon with the lead in the ball. Here comes Williams. The jumper rejected, and he's fouled. Dave Hudson got a hand on it, but on the follow-through got Williams, and he'll go back to the line.
Yeah, Hudson on the follow-through, a little of the body, too, as well. I had to guard Tim Stock in high school, and I was depressed. Here's the foul here. Hudson recovered, did a nice job helping his man off the screen, but following the jump shooter once again, putting Williams on the line.
First 36, he gets it, 36 points for Kent Williams. He's a 6'2 senior. If you haven't been with us throughout the game, he is going to Southern Illinois, Carbondale. Next year, Williams will be a salute.
Yeah, Mount Vernon is part of the South 7 Conference. Various schools, Mahoning, O'Fallon, Illinois, Centralia, another good program. Some pretty good basketball teams tonight.
Back the other way. Oh, a nice dish inside. Crawford on the run. A sweet dish from Dave Hudson. We've got a nice tandem.
Yes, they did. 24 for Crawford.
And a foul. Hudson fouls with 6:30 left in the game and a 9-point Mount Vernon lead.
The Vikings also have a third wheel, an excellent ball player named Tim Ellis, a 6'4 junior who's very highly regarded. But he didn't make the trip to St. Louis. He severely sprained ankle and a knee, hurt in practice a couple of weeks ago, and hasn't been able to play in a while. And they can definitely use him in about a month or so as they try to make their run in their season.
At 6'4", it could have been a real key in this game because he had 11 rebounds a game last year.
Yeah.
So that's obviously going to be a key to this team. At the line, Chris Morgan for Mount Vernon. Back to double digits, he'll try again.
Yeah, they went to state, Mount Vernon, 2 years ago as sophomores. Last year, they were one of the favorites, but they were knocked off by their rival, Centralia. They played 5 times.
Oh, throw out the record. That's a Civil War.
2 tournament championships, 2 regular season games, and then the sectional championship game won by the Centralia Orphans. They went to the state tournament. And believe me, it was a Civil War. I attended a couple of those games.
No question.
Oh, baby.
Throw out the record.
It was rough.
70-60 our score. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Don't forget, feature match. Coming up, Earl returns with Joe Buck. It's DeMatha, #1 in the country against CBC. Try to get it inside. We've got a whistle and a hand check, a slap by Naki.
Yeah, Naki and Strickland both sandwiched him there, but Naki with the reach.
Mount Vernon foul number 44, John Nike.
Audi McCormick, CBC cadets. Talented team, a lot of good young sophomores.
Line drive out of the corner. That wasn't going to fall. Gamber with the rebound. Bob McCormick, Kevin Grauer. You saw him come up through the ranks, and now he's coaching. Great to be a great one and then give it back. After you're done playing.
Grauer coaching.
How about that?
Yeah.
Heavy action down on the baseline. That's Naki getting up slowly.
That's what I like about Naki that time. Just taking it into the land of the Giants. A little too deep that time, but drew the foul.
When you're going to foul, that's the way you foul. Don't let that ball get up to the hoop, and Naki will go to the line with 6:07.
Tough little kid. When they beat Alton in the super sectionals 2 years ago, he stepped up and hit some huge shots to beat the Redbirds.
They'll get another. DeMar Basie back in, the 6'5 sophomore. The first bucket of the game, and he hits that free throw. 12-point lead is back. The biggest lead was 14 in the second quarter. Pretty much, you don't want to say in control, but they've got a little bit of a cushion. They got margin for error. Long jumper, and Gamber was fouled. Will go the other way.
Yeah, Jamal let that one go from somewhere Market Street. That was a long way away. Fatigue setting in. You can see both teams have been hitting up and down the court at a pretty good pace for these three-plus quarters, and you can see the jumpers are falling a little short. So I think one of these teams may have still plenty of time to get a final push in, and then still could be a competitive game.
This will do it again.
Double bonus on the 10th personal foul.
Jeff Polk's going to check in for the first time tonight. As Mike Buffet is trying to find an answer, he'll go to 6-foot junior Jeff Polk. P-O-K-E, Polk. Point lead. Jamal Crawford. That's the zone onto the left side, back for Crawford. They quickly try to double team and do. Slips it for the long jumper, no. Long rebound. Who else? Williams back in the game with 36 points.
At zone defense, they're just going to force Rainier Beach to beat them from the outside, and they just haven't hit enough of them.
Gamber in the backcourt. Rebounds, handles the ball nicely, scores. Nice job, and then slapped away from behind. Recovered Wilson. Head fake, lean in, glass good. James Wilson.
Cleared himself enough space inside to kiss it off the glass, and Mt.Vernon up 15.
Biggest lead of the night. 5:20 left. Rainier Beach needs to create something quickly, just like that. Dish across, layup good. Nicely done. Need more of that.
Yes, they did. Crawford set that up nicely. Hudson with the back cut, and kids moving without the basketball for that.
Naki brings it back. Finds Williams. Right hand. He goes back out of traffic. Naki reloads. On top. Morgan dribbles and waits. Under 5 minutes left out. Bounce pass for Williams. Tough catch on the baseline. Bounce pass across, out of bounds, looking for Gamber.
It's very physical in there. Williams and Ricky Frazier, they ran Ricky off a couple of hard screens, and they were battling in the post in there. But it's good physical play inside.
Mt.Vernon wants a timeout with 4:45. Don't forget, coming up, Earl Austin Jr. and Joe Buck. They'll have the action as DeMatha takes on CBC out of St. Louis. If you don't know about DeMatha, if you haven't been reading the papers, they are the #1 team in the nation.
#1 team, 2 top 10 rated players. Joe Forte headed to North Carolina, Big Blue Heaven, and also Keith Bogans headed to the other Big Blue Heaven, Kentucky Wildcats, defending national champions, and that's just a piece of the puzzle. They had 4 kids signed Division I schools. Sadowski, point guard, headed to Boston University, also a tough point guard, senior, and they have Jordan Collins, one of the top sophomores in the country. So
4 Division I players. That's so far.
Yeah.
There might be underclassmen.
A 7-1 and a 7-4 who may get in the game tonight. I don't know if they'll play tonight. So it's an outlet play for CBC. You're looking at it as a great opportunity because, I mean, you're playing the #1 team in the country.
You won't play anyone better all year.
All year. So you just have to look at it as opportunity and a chance to play against the best.
Mt.Vernon. 13-point lead in the ball. 4:45 left in the game. In trouble. Is he going to get it in? Has to call a timeout. Wisely done. Chris Morgan couldn't find an open man.
Mt.Vernon did a nice job. I should say Rainier Beach denying the basketball all over the court that time under their own basket.
Let's take a look at today's scores, Earl. From the action, you'll see all this action on Charter Communications on Sunday.
Yeah, Shane Schilling of Minnetonka, Minnesota, a great game, 27 points. Deshaun Stevenson of Washington Union put on probably the individual great play where he threw the ball off the backboard and dunked it one-handed. Tim Shear of New Haven, 27 points, had a tremendous game. You talked about Jared Ruck. Peoria Central Brandon McKissick had 26 points. Marcellus Somerville, an excellent player, had 23 points. Chuck Fisher, an impressive victory over the defending Mississippi State champions of Nashville, Illinois, a team much like Mount Vernon out of Southern Illinois, one of the favorites in Class A. A very impressive victory over Grissom High School out of Huntsville, Alabama, and their 6'10 All-American Marvin Stone.
You saw the end of that game here live on Charter with Rich Gould and Rob Fisher. 4:45 left in this one. 13-point Mount Vernon lead, and Rainier Beach has to get on a hot streak and fast. They've got to make it happen. Inbound to Williams, sitting on 36 points. Tanaki swings it on the right side. They'll be patient. Rainier Beach goes into a man-to-man. They're going out high, and it's a 5-second tie-up. Jamal Crawford got on the ball, and the ball was going to go nowhere.
No, and that's a combination. First ball pressure by Jamal Crawford, keeping Morgan, and then obviously great denial on the wing, so no passing lanes, and a 5-second count ensues.
Extending the zone, looking underneath, they were ready for it. Gamber jumped up and caught that bullet pass. Tried for the home run pass, and Naki brings it back on the run. He goes down low for Morgan, spins it back to Naki. He's bumped. He'll bring it back out high. And now a foul out at the center circle.
They're letting it go pretty good.
Will Conroy picks up the foul.
Yeah, Naki took the first bump pretty good. Didn't give up his dribble. Didn't lose his dribble, but second one they got, and Naki will shoot two.
John Naki, 5'9" senior, tough point guard for the Mount Vernon Rams. 4:11 left.
Don't see many point guards who wear number 44. Usually 10, 11. With that Khalid Alamin of Connecticut wears number 42. Usually point guards wear those nice little numbers. He wears a power forward's number.
And no socks. Missed. Rebound. Hudson. Dave Hudson will bring it up. Hudson looks for Crawford, almost lost it, got it back for three, left hand no. Rebound on the weak side, they get it back to Hudson, tries again. That's no good. Crawford keeps it alive, he's knocked off the ball. That could have gone either way, but it's going to be a foul on Kyle McClure of Mount Vernon. A lot of heavy action inside. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, you could see Jamal over the top and then McClure trying to ride him out a little bit. And like I said, it could have gone either way, over the top, but they got McClure for riding out.
All the way out on top, and Williams intercepted it. How about that? He saw it the whole way. Tried to knock it off a man, instead got it back. Left hand pass in the air. Layup. Good, Wilson. He was with the left hand, he switched right, I should say, on the pass. And Williams comes up big.
Great assist that time, and Wilson the recipient of a fine hustle play by Kent Williams.
Stolen away on an alley-oop underneath. Naki brings it back. He's bumped by Ricky Frazier, and Mount Vernon finishing very, very strong.
Yes, they are. They're trying to put this game away. Looking pretty good. 3.5 left, and they're up 16. And
their biggest lead.
Great action this time. Look at that. Great steal that time. Great anticipation of the lob pass inside, and the foul ensued. Naki will go to the line.
Naki back at the line with 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Stay with us. More live shootout action coming your way on Charter. DeMatha and CBC.
Southern Illinois well represented today, back-to-back. Looks like victories. The Nashville Hornets taking out Huntsville Grissom, and Mount Vernon looking in pretty good shape with what could be an 18-point lead should Naki hit this one.
Missed. Rebound Frazier. Almost stolen, and it is stolen. How about Naki never giving up on the play? And then a bad mistake by Wilson on a backcourt pass. The point is, Naki never gave up on the play.
Got on the floor, got possession.
Take a look at it. As you look at Wilson, take a look at this play.
This is why I like John Naki. On the floor, found a teammate wide open.
What it's all about. Now on the drive the other way, Frazier, no rebound. Wilson pulls it out of there, is in trouble as they surround him. Gets it up driving. Williams, Black, go, coast to coast. Kent Williams, he's got 38 points. He passes Andy Kaufman and Anthony Penny Hardaway, who had 37 points in their shootout as Crawford throws that one away.
So what you saying, he's picking off 2 guys with each bucket, huh?
38 points. He went from just behind to just leapfrogging over Andy Kaufman, who had 80 in 1987 at 37 points. And in 1989, Anthony Hardaway,
who's next
37.
Who's next on the hit list?
Next on the hit list, Corliss Williamson with 40. He's got 252 to get another basket to tie Corliss Williamson.
A dominant 40 points against Parkway Central.
Yep, that was in 91.
Yes, tremendous performance by the future Arkansas All-American.
Williams has the ball in the backcourt. Right through traffic, hard to the hole, finger roll. Here I come, Corliss. 40 points.
Who's next, Rammer?
Ronnie Henderson is next on the hit list.
Jackson Murrah.
Crawford got in the air and a whistle and a foul, and it's going to go against Mt.Vernon.
Look where he is. Kid's hanging out at half court. He wants 42. He said, defense, what's that? That's what separates my house from the neighbor's house. Defense.
Splits. Could have gone left, stays with the right, and finishes.
And Rainier Beach is doing their part, too. I mean, they're giving this kid a wide open lane, drive through, layup. So they're doing their part to help Kent Williams set this record.
Crawford hits. Crawford's had a nice night as well. I think shot selection for Rainier Beach is something they may want to think about if they look back at this game, especially in the third quarter. We've been talking about him throughout the game, and more as the game goes on. Is there any doubt who our McBride and Son player of the game is, Earl?
I don't think there's any doubt.
No doubt.
I'll give you about 40 reasons why Kent Williams will probably be at the time.
Already in the top 5 efforts all time in the shootout. Long jumper, no. Kept alive. Kugel. Here he comes. One man to beat. To the hole. It won't fall for him. Back the other way. Crawford got in trouble. Lost it. Got it back. Wants a 3. Bang! He got a 3. Jamal Crawford.
He's working on about a 30-point game himself that time. His free throws now, 3-point shot.
He's got 29, which puts him in fast company. Williams from NBA Rain.
As you hear the crowd shoot, they can see he has 43. They cinched the record. 3 points from Teddy Dupay.
He is tied second all time. He tied Ted Dupay, and he'll try and catch him with 1:50 left. 43 points for Kent Williams. He hits a 25-footer.
And you can see every time he touches it, you'll hear the crowd yell, "New."
How about this kid? He says he's out there. What the heck? Ted Dupay, here I come.
Ironically, Ted set that record at 46 last year against Centralia, a team in Mt.Vernon's conference. So 3 to tie, 4 for the new record.
Will it go around in circles? Out on top. Crawford. Oh, how about that? Whistle foul. Count the basket. The carry, the scoop to the hoop, and the floater.
Just to finish your, Jamal Walker Jamal Crawford kind of finished that little Billy Preston. You said will it go around in circles. Well, he kind of flied high like a bird in the sky with that 10-footer.
Yes, sir.
31 for Jamal.
That ties him with Jerron Rush and Mike Bibby and Ben Kondelbinder and Tyrone Nesby and Kelly Thames and Kevin Washington. So Jamal Crawford is in big-time company here at the shootout.
We've seen 2 of the best, and they've delivered big-time performances tonight.
You bet. You betcha. 1:46 left in this one. We've got more basketball action coming your way live from Kiel Center right here on Charter as the 18th Coca-Cola KMOX Shootout continues. And here is our player of the game currently with 43 points, Kent Williams.
He did it all tonight. This time he's showing you a little bit in transition off the drive. He gave you 3-point shooting.
He is our McBride and Son player of the game. 11 of 15 from the floor. 4 3-pointers. He is special. And what a performance tonight. 31 points for his position, number 23, Jamal Crawford, is at the line now. Crawford with 31 as he goes to the line. Looking for 32. No, he has 31. Battle on the boards. Could be a held ball, is a held ball. It will go to Mount Vernon and another opportunity for Kent Williams.
Listen to this crowd when Williams touches the ball. You'll hear about 1,200 people screaming, shoot.
Last year, our all-time record, Ted Dupay, and they're going to send him to the line.
Look, Coach Mike Matei is like, what are you doing as he throws his hands in the air? He said we helped him enough tonight.
Williams now has 43, the all-time record at the shootout set last year by Ted Dupay from Cape Coral, Florida, Mariner High. That was last year. He had 46 points. And Williams has an opportunity shooting 2 here.
He's missed 6 free throws today.
He can be approaching 50 if he takes care of business at the line.
Oh, nobody's perfect.
He is second place all by himself all time with 44 points and still 1:38 left. This is Crawford. Oh, look at that! And a sweet look down low. O'Brien can't finish. Crawford's there. That was unbelievable. Williams hanging back to the hole. Jam time! Kent Williams tied the record. Tied Kent Dupay's record. Back the other way.
Look at him loaded. Kent doesn't care about defense right now. He's thinking strictly
Give me the record.
Look at him.
And give me the rock. Give me the rock.
the crowd.
Williams, can he set it? A minute left to the hole. No, it won't fall off the glass. Kept alive. Recovered by Rainier Beach. Under a minute left. Alley-oop. Missed on the top. Recovered on the floor. Dave Hudson gives it up. Robinson. Bang, he got a tray. Dave Robinson. Now it's Williams through traffic. 40 seconds left. Drives in the paint. Off the glass. A new shootout record. 48 points. Kent Williams. And this 3.
Can we get 50? No, we just...
And a foul with 24 seconds left. There's our man. A new all-time.
And he's gonna come out to a well-deserved hand.
An all-time Coca-Cola KMOX shootout record from Mount Vernon High School. And the folks from Mount Vernon love him. Kent Williams, a 6'2 senior with 48 points.
This is what he's been doing all game, and it's fitting that a driving layup sets the record by Kent Williams. What a hand by this crowd here at the Kale Center. They saw a tremendous performance tonight.
48 points.
And they'll get a tremendous ovation. I think he'll probably come out after the first free throw to the crowd.
How about this? Terrific ovation from everyone in the stands. Well-deserved. Kent Williams, a record performance, and we were fortunate enough to see it, and you were fortunate enough to see it live on Charter Communications. 20 seconds left. Conroy tried to get it on the wing, got it back down low. O'Brien, short J, good. 10 seconds left. One more bucket, or one more chance. McClure. They may just close it out. Naki wants a 3. No. Rebound weak side, follow. Yes, bucket for Gennaro Hawkins. And that's the final. And how about Kent Williams? Setting a record. Final score 95-76. But the real number you'll remember from this one for a long, long time is Kent Williams, 48 points, an all-time shootout record.
Tremendous performance. We see a high-octane offensive game from both teams. They like to score a lot, but Kent Williams, the Rifleman, took over tonight. The evening belongs to him. 48 points to lead the Mount Vernon Rams to a very convincing 95-76 victory over a very good Seattle Rainier Beach team.
You saw him congratulate Jamal Crawford, who was in the 30s, I think 31 points tonight for Crawford. A fine performance by him, but missing the third vital cog in their offense for Rainier Beach. They fell short to that man, Kent Williams, our McBride and Son, player of the game, and a new all-time shootout record, 48 points. How about that? Don't forget, coming up next, Joe Buck and Earl Austin Jr., #1 team in the nation, DeMatha against St. Louis team CBC. It's all coming your way on Charter.